sequels to super hits don't always fare well, especially if the Part 1 has been India's best-selling car for 8 straight years. But with the all-new Alto 800, Maruti Suzuki expects to do better than before. The Alto 800 is a replacement only for the old Alto 800cc. The 1-litre Alto K10 stays on as is. With this car, Maruti is clearly looking to regain its dominance in the small car entry segment, which recently has seen slower growth and also importantly fiercer competition. Aptly called the Alto 800, Maruti is clearly hoping that it combines the past success of the Maruti 800 and the Alto. So let's find out if the Alto 800 can live up to these expectations. God's own country Kerala was where we put the Alto 800 to the test, with a drive from Kochi to the picturesque Athirapalli Falls. The first impression we got is that the new Alto 800 is definitely a step up from its predecessor, with a smoother engine and a roomier cabin. We wade smoothly through the city traffic and the car responds well at low revs. Despite not being as sporty as the K10, the Alto 800 does offer fairly smooth handling, and with an improved torque it does pretty well in city traffic as well as on the highway. And with minor tweaks in the engine, it feels fairly smoother than the previous Alto, and Maruti is claiming a fuel efficiency of 22.7 kilometers per litre. Pretty impressive. So it's clearly the boost in fuel efficiency that Maruti will be pinning their hopes onto to drive the sales of the Alto 800. We did manage to push the Alto 800 to 115 kilometers per hour on the highway, and the car was stable all through. Well, the new Alto comes in 3 variants, both in petrol as well as CNG, the standard LX and LXI. We're driving the LXI all the way to Athirapalli Falls, and the top end boasts of features like the power windows, power steering, and interestingly an airbag for the driver, something that the earlier Alto did not offer. Now those power window switches are oddly placed a la Mahindra, just below the gear shift. Some new utility additions include a bottle holder in the center console and an open space on the dashboard above the glove box. Customers can also choose from 2 options of interior colors, cool grey black and a new brown black. Now the first time car buyer is usually a small family, and the back seat of the Alto 800 is fairly sufficient to meet their requirements. Legroom Maruti has increased by over 15 millimeters, but importantly the overall roomy feel the back seat gives is fairly sufficient. Width has been increased by over 15 millimeters, and importantly headroom has gone up by 22 millimeters, making a world of difference. Out on the roads, the Alto 800 looks taller despite the wheelbase and the ground clearance staying the same, and looks much sportier than the previous Alto. It will come in 6 colors: frost blue, blazing red, silky silver, talc blue, granite grey and superior white. Now the Alto 800 looks nothing like its predecessor, and in fact I think it's a far better looking car than the previous Alto, although some would argue that many of its designs are from other contemporary cars, but Maruti engineers like to call it elegant and contemporary. Let's start off with the pearl shaped big bold headlamps here, which come well into the back, as well as the chrome plated grille, slim grille here with a big Suzuki badge on it. Also something new for Maruti is this huge grille here with air vents above and below. As we move towards the back, we can see these lines which add a lot more character to the car. They go all the way to the back, but the disappointment is the rear view mirrors itself. They don't come in body colored even in the top end, although the door handles are come in body colored for the top end itself. But the overall height of the car looks much taller than the previous Alto. In fact, Maruti says that the overall height of the car has been increased by about 15 millimeters, although the wheelbase and the ground clearance remains the same. As we come towards the back, you can see fairly new set of tail lamps here, nice big bold ones, as well as the rear view mirror, the windshield at the back to give better viewing for the driver itself. A fairly nice big space for loading as well as unloading. Overall, I think that the Alto 800 really scores in terms of the looks, and it really offers something more distinct than the K10, which won't be confused with the Alto K10 that's already in the market. And Maruti has clarified that the K10 is not likely to get this design anytime soon. Now the Alto launches next week with ex-showroom prices expected to start around 2.5 lakh rupees for the standard model.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.